Hi everyone, I'm August, and this week I'm doing an easy swipe, negative space, interference pigments with some very minimal cell activator lines through it. It's really, it is really simple, but I like the look of it. So how we're doing this, I'm using a Shelly Art Bloom recipe. That is in the description below. I put a white house paint pillow down, so I wanted a black background. I don't have black house paint. I have tried the Color to Go. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. It seems like the colors play differently on it. They're not as crisp as when I do it this way, so I'm still playing around with that. But I want a black background, so all I'm gonna do is take a black paint that I have mixed up exactly like all my other colors. I'm gonna put it on this palette knife and then spread it down onto this board. Now, put a lot, put more than you need, because you'll just scrape whatever's left over back into your pot of paint. The problem is, if you don't put enough, you might run out halfway through, or your color might start out really vibrant up here, and because you're stretching it out, because you're running out, down here, it's gonna get a little bit lighter. So put a ton on there. A couple weeks ago, I had mentioned with the faux pillow that a couple people had asked, like, can you just skip the white house paint and just put the black paint down? And I said, yeah, you can definitely try it, thicken it up. And keep in mind with the Bloom recipe, the house paint kind of holds up your cell structure and gives it like a nice smooth surface. Well, I tried the other day just putting my mixed paint down on this board. It didn't really want to move. It kind of stuck. So I think the house paint underneath the faux pillow, it also helps kind of everything to glide over easily. So I wouldn't recommend just putting Bloom paints down as your base, and I would suggest doing the house paint pillow. After that, I came in with interference, mostly interference pigments from this little Piggy. And what those are, they look white in the jar. When they dry, they have colors to them. So one might be a gold that shifts into a blue, one might be a purple that shifts to a green. So I laid a bunch of those down, and a gold color. Then I came in with my big palette knife and just swiped across the colors that were there. And all I'm trying to do at this point is blend those colors together. After that, I came in with the palette knife, loaded up with a Shelly Art cell activator. That's also in the description below. And I made some lines going through it. I just wanted really small cell activator lines, so I used a smaller palette knife on the edges because I knew I was going to have negative space. My design was going to go across here, and on the corners I was going to have negative space. So I wanted to clean up the sides of my swipe. So I came in and put cell activator on and did swipes at the very edge of where the paint was meeting the faux pillow. When I did it, I started with my palette knife basically flat, and as I got to the end of the line, I curved my palette knife. I hope you can see that. So I started with it flat, and as I got to the end of that color, the big swipe of color, I then tilted my palette knife at an angle so that my cell activator line would start big and then taper down. Then I did it on the other side in the opposite direction. And when you're doing this, don't worry if your cell activator is getting into your faux pillow. It gives it a cool look at the end of it. I believe that was everything. Oh, I did put extra lines of Gilded, that gold color, through. And all I did was I dipped the tip of the palette knife into the pot of paint and then run it through in a couple areas. And it just gives it a little bit of extra detail. All right, I think that was it. As always, Creations with Tanya and Grandma Kathy's Art Venture are premiering directly after me. Their videos, their channels, everything's in the description below. So please check them out. I appreciate you being here, and I hope you have an excellent day.